In this series for Small Business Friday, we are here to celebrate the incredible achievements, honor the sacrifices, hear about the struggles, the victories, and experience the absolute passion of the individuals and teams behind these small businesses. Today, I would like to introduce you to our featured small business owner and NSBC member, Renate Jute from Noble Prosperity. A very warm welcome to you, Renate.
Thank you. Such a privilege to be here.
So, Renate, let's find out a little bit more about you. Would you tell us more about your business? What is Noble Prosperity all about?
So, yes, I decided to start Noble Prosperity already back in 2017, and in 2018 I went full swing with it. Previously, I was a shareholder in an accounting firm, and I've specialized in trust accounting, business restructuring, and estates, well, since 2001. So I've really been in the accounting and figure field for a very long time, and I absolutely love figures. Man, tax makes my heart sing. But what I realized is every day that I was meeting with my clients, their need was so much larger than me just dealing with their estates or with their trusts. And I then opted to actually sell my shares in the accounting firm and step out and go full on just into dealing with small business owners, where I could actually educate and help them run their businesses properly. So my main focus is on optimizing businesses, and I do that either by means of do on your own programs, online programs, where the business owners in their own time can educate themselves with my content, or with a do for you section where I will go into the businesses, I will see where we can optimize, where we can tweak, what needs to change. And it's a real custom made, done with you handheld process where we will first measure what needs to be fixed, and then it's a bi-weekly measurement check-in mentoring session where we will keep measuring the process, and that's generally about a 3-month process where we then tweak and see what we can do.
Wow, I can imagine a lot of small businesses really need your expertise, because often small businesses are brilliant at their trade, but it's the financial side that really trips them up. What do you love most actually about running your business?
The impact I have on other people's businesses. So literally for me, I can, and I've seen this firsthand, I can change a business in 15 minutes. You just have to actually pick up what is it that's the true underlying problem, because often what we see and feel to be the challenge is really just the manifestation of that challenge. It's not the real challenge. You need to be able to understand what has created this manifestation of the problem. And I think that's what I love the most. And for me, I get bored very easily. So that's what I love about my business, is I can go into various different businesses and help various different people in different types of businesses. So it's new and exciting for me all the time. That's what I really love about it. Yeah.
I can absolutely relate with that, you know, just the knowing that what you have can help others in such a dynamic way. And often what small businesses need is just fresh eyes. And that is what you offer, fresh eyes. Can you tell me what is one of the biggest lessons you've learned on your business journey? But you are welcome to share any of the key lessons that business has taught you. And I know that you've been in business for is it close to 20 years now?
Yeah, over 20 years that I've been running businesses. Yeah.
So I can imagine everything you've learned in that space of time. So all ears.
Yes, and the best thing is that it's been through the school of hard knocks. So I've studied a lot. My first degree was psychology, and I then continuously studied. I mean, I've been writing exams probably 18, 19 years ongoing in different fields. So from psychology to coaching to tax to estates. And then when I got bored with that, I studied photography and silversmithing. So just to keep things busy, you know. But I think for me, the lessons has been really, first and foremost, stay true to your moral compass. You know, so often in business, when times are challenging, we sometimes think, well, should I maybe, no one will know. But I've always had this thing in the back of my mind. My gran always used to say, what's it going to look like if it lands in the newspaper? So for me, it's really stay true to your moral compass and never, ever compromise on your ethics. Maybe that's just something from an accounting and tax and the figure side of things. But for me, ethics are so important, because how can you expect ethics if you don't operate ethically? And especially for small businesses, I think often they're so challenged to, maybe we can just play in the murky gray water and no one will know. And I think it's so important, because it's a very slippery slope, that. And, it becomes easier and easier the more you do the wrong thing. And eventually it's not wrong anymore. So for me, it's really never compromise on your ethics. Another valuable lesson that, of course, you only learn over a period of time is not everyone with a heartbeat and money in their pocket is your ideal client. It's very, very important to establish who is your ideal client and who is absolutely not your ideal client. And the easiest way, I think, is to go and make a list of the people that you love working with and the people that really just saps your energy. When you get that telephone call and you go, I just can't. You make a list of that and you go and pull those characters apart and you say, what is it in this person that makes the sun shine for me? Or what is it in this person that brings the thunderclouds? Go put those characteristics down and make sure that you understand that when those things are in a person, that maybe that's not your ideal client. They're either going to sap your energy or they're going to get you down that slippery slope of what you don't want to deal with. And understand who your ideal client is. It's not always just the person with the money to pay for your service. I think it's also what fills you with joy, that person that you really want to help. And then, most important, remain humble and kind. Just be humble and kind, because that kindness that you give someone today may be just that one little thing that they need to move them forward. And it's maybe completely inconsequential to you for that day, but for the person that you've bestowed that kindness on, it may change a whole lot of things for them. It may change their day, their life. So I think, stay humble and kind.
Wow, those are incredible, not just business lessons, but I think human life lessons. And something that whoever's watching this can really take to heart, because this is what you've picked up over all these years. And it's good to never compromise on your morals. It's good to stay kind and to stay true. And then that second one that you mentioned about the, like choosing your clients. I think there's a lot of small businesses, especially the startups, that don't realize that is actually very important. Now let's look into, we kind of touched on it a little bit earlier, but what is your why? Why do you do what you do, and what do you focus on to help you persevere through the really tough times?
Sure. I think for me it is, I just always have this little mantra, like when you study medicine, it's first do no harm. I've just been raised with this little mantra of leave it better than you found it. So every day when I end my day, so for me, starting my day and ending my day with gratitude is incredibly important, that attitude of gratitude. And I always want to look back at my day and say, how did I leave it better? Did I maybe pick up that phone and just give someone advice? Did I maybe just reply to an email of a person I don't know? An email came across and the person said, look, someone gave me this advice. I don't know if it's true. I don't know this person. There's nothing in it for me to answer it, but it would have made a difference to them. It's just, how did I leave it better? And I think that is for me my big why. Everything I do, everything I touch, whether it is my education, whether it is helping businesses, it is leaving it better than I found it. And you can, I suppose that's my nature, is that continuous tinkering and improving, because that's what I do in businesses. That's just my mindset. It may not be the mindset for others out there, but that's my why. It's how can we improve this? Because it can always improve. It can always be made better. It can either be made more cost effective, a better product, a better result, maybe give back more, whatever that is, whatever that looks like. Just give it better than you found it. And I know when I step into a business, it's going to be better than I found it. So, you know, that's my why.
Well, that I can believe, definitely. Our last question, we're recording these interviews as a celebration of Small Business Friday, where we really highlight small businesses out there and what's the impact they have in South Africa. Now, why should South Africa support small businesses now and beyond?
So for me, I think, you know, I spoke to a client this morning that I was doing business optimization for, and I said, you know, actually, yes, we may refer to it as a small business because of the turnover or the tax you pay or the number of people that you employ. But at the end of the day, you are a business. So whether it's small business, big business, it doesn't matter. You are a business. And I think it's really about, there's no small impact. Small businesses have a huge impact on the economy. We have a huge impact on the levels of employment. We employ a lot of people out there. And even if it's not direct employment, like in my business, I don't have any employees, but I've got outsourcing. I've got an outsourced virtual assistant. I've got an outsourced marketing person. I've got an outsourced IT person. I've got various outsourced people that does various projects for me, because yes, I could probably learn to do it myself, but it would be a waste of my time when other people already know how to do it. So if my business is not there, then those projects don't happen. So whether it is people think, oh, but I'm not employing someone, whether you're employing someone or outsourcing the work to be done, it's still very, very pertinent that that work gets done. Excuse me. So I think it's that, the impact it has. But then furthermore, and that just brings me back to my love for figures and tax again. When a business stops trading, you lose, for SARS and the government, we lose income tax, VAT, pay as you earn, skills development levy, UIF, import taxes, export taxes. So when you look at that and people go, yeah, but I don't want to pay tax at the moment, I'm cross with everyone. I understand that. But the taxes make things happen. And when I studied my accreditation for deceased and insolvent estates, what was so important and what was such a scary fact for me is when a company goes into liquidation, even SARS will go and stand at the back of the queue to put you into debt rescue than to liquidate. Because when a company closes, we lose up to 83 cents to the rand in various taxes. You don't think about that, but think about for every rand that the company makes, the company uses some of that money to pay various things. Then it pays its staff member for various things. That staff member goes to pick and pay, goes to buy fuel, whatever it is. So that 1 rand, wherever that rand touches. So the huge impact that every rand has, when you go and look at every time a business doesn't make it, that knock-on effect in the economy. And that's what scares me when I look at this and I go, well, what more could we do to keep these guys going longer? How could we, and that's, I think, why I use the term optimization. Because, you know, often people refer to me as a fixer. I basically step in and I fix the business. But I don't want to be termed as a fixer because then it sounds like you only go in and fix problems. I want to make those businesses thrive, take them to the next level so we can have more outsourcing, more employee. I want to take it to where you are paying tax, because you only pay tax when you're making profit. And so that's important. You know, if I can take you from running at a loss to paying tax, man, I've done my job.
Wow, Renate,
I think that's why we should deal with small businesses. It's just the huge impact they have in the industry and in the economy.
Absolutely. I think a lot of us know that small businesses affect the economy, but those of us that are not experts like you are in the financial sector don't haven't really grasped that it affects the entire country. And that small businesses need to prosper. So South Africa, please go out and support your small businesses. And like you said, you made a very good point about a small business actually employing maybe not employees, but having contractors and giving those people projects, giving those people income. So South Africa, remember, get behind those small businesses, because at the end of the day, it affects your local community, it affects you. Renate, thank you so much. It was absolutely incredible. Your insights are amazing, and I'm sure everyone watching this has taken so much from this interview. We appreciate it very much, and thank you for what you do for small business.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm just so privileged to have the opportunity to work with small businesses and help businesses grow and prosper. So yes, thank you. And thank you for the opportunity.